Hello everyone, we are John and Kerry from J&K Aussie Travel. We've retired early to travel Australia. Join us each week on our adventures to see what we get up to. This is the Boyd Creek River camping in the Canagra Boyd National Park. That was all a mouthful. Each place has got their own little camp spot. Mountain bike tracks. And a mountain bike. There's lots of trails around here. Guessing this is the camp kitchen. It's not far from the waterfalls and Jenolan Caves. There's a bit of a creek, river down there. We'll go and have a look at it. This is the river, Boyd River. A few little camp areas down here. Right, I think you camp down here or just come out for garden maybe. It's free here. You can camp for 7 nights. There's toilets and that's about it. They look fairly new, clean, haven't been in them. Camping this side of Creek only, so yeah, you can camp here. Nice and shallow, good for the kids to have a paddle in. I don't know how cold it is, I'll stick a foot in. There we go. Oh yeah, it's cold. Too cold for me. We're at Cananga Boyd National Park and we're going to go and do the Kenga Walls walk and the Kalang Falls walk. Let's see how we go. A very crappy day, raining really lightly and visibility is not great. Bushfires went through here in 2019, still recovering but it's coming back. Long way down there, but this is where we're going. How many steps was it, John?
438.
438 steps. The zigzag steps. Oh, zigzag railway. We got the zigzag steps. Oh, it'd look good if it wasn't so misty. The bottom of the waterfall where it runs off to. Wow, this is beautiful. Nearly there. so overcast, misty out there, foggy. Anyone want a grub or two? Keep going, I'm hungry. Ew. We're at Jenolan Caves today. We're going to take the walk down instead of the bus. Apparently it's pretty scenic. See how we go. So we're heading down there. Don't think we'll be walking back up. Get the bus back up. That's Cave's house over there. Nearly there. That's the courtesy bus down there that brings you down. You can't drive through the tunnel anymore either, which should have been good. This is the cave house at Jenolan Caves. Fairly big. This is the waiting area for the tours. Nice little waterfall there. We'll go for a walk up to the Grand Arch and see if we can have a look at it. Says we can't walk through it. Let's see if we can have a look at it from the outside. That's it, that's about as far as I can go. It'd be nice if you could still drive through it.
No eating in the cave. Chewing gum, lollies, food, you name it, off limits. If you've got it, it stays in your pockets or your bag till after the flight. You can drink water, that's it. Okay? Your hands, they don't touch the cave. Right, so make sure everyone in your group, especially for those who have second languages and family members that only have one language and it's not mine, make sure they understand that they do not put their hands on the crystal, alright, being the stalagmites and pots. We'll go into detail. I will show you what happens when you move it as well. So there is a reason for it, it's not just to keep it. Take as many photos as you like. Obviously, if you're at the back of the group and we're going for a narrow path trying to get to the meeting, the next stop, don't do a big photo shoot there and make us all wait for you, okay? Try and take your photos in the big chambers where we're talking and while I'm talking to you, so that when I finish talking with you, you're ready to go. Alright, I won't be offended if you've got your back turned to me while I'm talking and you're taking pictures. If you want to listen to the commentary, absolutely brilliant. If you're sort of focusing on photos, that's also fine, alright? So that's that. The temperature in the cave is about 15 degrees, so you're going to feel a little bit cool possibly at times, but there is 1,000 stairs to keep you honest and warm probably. Okay, so that's all the rules as far as I can remember. So we're going to walk down from that black yellow barricade there to where the Grand Arch keeps you dry. I'd suggest you don't stop. It's a rock fall zone. Okay? Once you're undercover you can slow down a little bit. But let's get in the cave and spend more time in there. We're going to listen to some music in there, for example. Yeah, it's going to be fairly relaxed. We've got 2 hours. It probably takes an hour and a half in reality, and half an hour if it's 15 minutes in, 15 minutes out, a bit of time wasting here and there. So 1.5 hours is generally what it takes. Alright, we all ready to go? Any questions? Alright, so I'll see you down in the Grand Arch. On the right hand side you'll see me standing on the step waiting for you. Okay? Right, let's get going. Problem Houston, the lights have just tripped. Sort that out. Up the stairs for a full way, to a massive chamber and wait for me. Once you reach here, guys, say with active, turn your lights off again. Yeah. Turn your torches off, kids. Keep coming, don't stop. But turn your torches off. slide down this slope on maps with the candle on their laps and try not to set fire to their beards or clothing. And they would end up down the bottom at Full Stop Rock, and which we're going to in a minute. We get to use the stairs. It's about a 25-metre drop, I reckon. The bad news, you've got to climb up these stairs later. Yeah, it's not too bad. It takes about 6.5 minutes for the whole group to get back to here. So, now before stalactites form, they start off as a straw, which is one water drop round, and the water drop hangs there, and the calcium forms around the outside of the water drop, making a ring of calcium carbonate, making it a straw, which are hollow in the middle. So if you see the ones that are only one drop round continuous, they're the straws. They block up, the water goes down the outside to make them cone shaped. So inside this broken column, it's a fairly good chance it started off as a straw. So right up the top there somewhere will be a little hollow section, and then it's blocked up and turned into a stalactite. And it looks like the drip rate was just right so that the stalactite could touch the ground and then finish off. But what's happened is the rock piles moved. And this is happening, every 20, 50 years or less or more, because we can't show part of the cave because the bridges are moved and they need rebuilding. So this movement is representing the movement over thousands of years or tens of thousands of years. This rock has slightly moved because the weight of all this rock is going down the bottom there where the water is. And when the cave floods, it washes out a bit of the clay and the dirt around the rocks, and then they all move, and water drains out again, and everything shifts. But the ceiling, all these rocks actually collapse from the ceiling, but before you panic about it happening, it happened a long time ago because millimetres per century for the crystal. Okay? So it could have been tens of thousands of years ago, maybe 100,000 plus years ago, that all this rock collapsed off the roof. Okay. See the light shining through the shawls with drips of water on them. Yeah, so spend a couple of minutes just having a look around. Right where I'm standing now is going anywhere in a hurry. Alright? Because it's one big chunk of rock with holes all the way through it. So it structurally is quite sound. But this rock pile sitting in the bottom of it is affected by the water and movement. So yeah.
This is a couple of the ferns on the way in and out of Jenolan Caves. And it's basically straight around back up there. Definitely wouldn't get a caravan down here. And there's a car coming the other way. Perfect timing. One down there.